Ever doubled down on a bad decision just to feel okay about it? Maybe you bought something expensive and later convinced yourself it was worth it. Or defended someone's opinion even after the evidence fell apart because admitting you were wrong felt worse than being wrong. That mental tug of war has a name: cognitive dissonance. It's one of psychology's most influential ideas, explaining everything from cult loyalty to corporate spin, to the excuses we whisper to ourselves when the truth gets uncomfortable. Let's unpack it. In 1957, psychologist Leon Festinger dropped an idea that would reshape social psychology. He called it cognitive dissonance, the mental discomfort we feel when our beliefs, actions, or self-image clash. At the time, psychology was trying to become hard science, all about experiments, data, measurable behaviour. Festinger cut through the noise and said, when your mind and actions don't line up, it hurts. Not metaphorically, biologically. He built on earlier thinkers like Fritz Heider and Theodore Newcomb, who said humans crave balance between thoughts and emotions. But Festinger's version wasn't about harmony, it was about pain. We don't fix contradictions because we're logical. We fix them because we can't stand the tension. Then he tested it in real life. In his book, When Prophecy Fails, Festinger infiltrated a doomsday cult. When the predicted apocalypse didn't happen, the group didn't fall apart. They preached harder, because facing the truth would mean admitting their entire identity was built on a lie. The world didn't end, so belief had to bend. And that's when psychology learned just how far people will go to stay right. Cognitive dissonance is what happens when your mind splits in two. What you do and what you believe stop matching. To escape the discomfort, you've got three main moves. Change the behaviour, change the belief, add a story that makes the contradiction make sense. Festinger and James Carl Smith proved it with the famous $1, $20 experiment. People were paid to lie about a boring task. Those paid $20 had an excuse. Those paid $1 didn't, so they convinced themselves it was fun. Then came Jack Bream's choice experiment. Pick between two similar options, and you'll later convince yourself the one you chose was clearly better. It's your mind rebalancing the scale. When we work harder for something, we value it more. That's effort justification. And before conflict even starts, we avoid it through selective exposure, consuming only what fits our worldview. The bigger the gap between belief and behaviour, the louder the mind scrambles to close it. As the theory evolved, psychologists refined what Festinger started. Elliot Aronson said it's not just contradiction that hurts, it's self-contradiction. We feel the sharpest dissonance when our actions make us look hypocritical or immoral. Joel Cooper and Russell Fazio added that dissonance only kicks in when we feel responsible for harm. And Claude Steele's self-affirmation theory offered a loophole. We can ease the discomfort by reminding ourselves we're good in other ways. I lied, but I'm still a decent person. Later, Eddie Harmon-Jones took it into neuroscience with the action-based model. He argued that inconsistency physically interferes with goal-directed behaviour. Our brains resolve it, not for morality, but for momentum. And now, brain scans back him up. The anterior cingulate cortex flags the conflict. The insula generates discomfort. The prefrontal cortex steps in to rewrite the story. Even the striatum lights up when we revalue a choice. Proof that our brains literally remodel belief to stay functional. Cognitive dissonance isn't just an idea anymore. It's visible in the wiring. Dissonance doesn't look the same everywhere. Culture shapes what part of the self gets threatened. Westerners feel it when their individual choices clash. East Asian participants feel it more when group harmony is at risk. Different triggers, same discomfort. Other theories tried to challenge Festinger's. Daryl Bem's self-perception theory claimed we don't feel tension, we just infer beliefs from our actions. I said it, so I must believe it. Others blame social performance. We act consistent just to look good. But later studies using psychological measures and even fake truth detectors showed real emotional strain. Dissonance isn't about saving face. It's about saving sanity. Cognitive dissonance explains more than experiments. It explains why we defend the indefensible. It's why people stay in broken relationships, excuse corrupt leaders, or protect failing systems. Once your ego, time, or identity are invested, admitting wrongness feels like identity death. It's the same reflex behind political tribalism, online echo chambers, and corporate PR spin. Comfort gets mistaken for correctness. Institutions do it too. When organisations deny harm to protect their brand, they're managing collective dissonance. The same psychological trick that keeps a person from apologising keeps the system from changing. Cognitive dissonance is the mind's way of defending its reflection. It lets us stay comfortable inside contradiction until reality pushes back. The goal isn't to avoid dissonance, it's to recognise it. Because truth rarely hurts as much as the stories we build to hide from it.